going to introduce you to Rob Fernandez here. Rob is from Gearbox Software. He's the mocap lead and is responsible for delivery of the high quality motion data that the animation teams use at Gearbox Software on titles such as Borderlands. I met with Rob yesterday and we had a brief chat, and Rob is also a two-time world champion in robotics.
Yeah.
Rob has also been an integral part of the beta program for our Markerless program, who has helped in terms of the testing and the development and the R&D of the software, building this towards the use cases at Gearbox. I've got some questions I'd love to ask. So, so please tell me about your role at Gearbox and the services you provide to the team.
Yeah, so my role at Gearbox, I'm the motion capture stage lead. I'm in charge of all of the hardware and also helping push forward hardware at our studio to always be on the cutting edge. Our role as the mocap team is to support the greater Gearbox Studios, Gearbox Frisco, Montreal, and Quebec City. We are a full-service face and body motion capture team, and our entire goal is to make sure the animator's life is as easy as possible. And bringing Markerless into the setup is part of that goal, and part of that, like realization of that goal.
Great, yeah. Thanks, Rob. So what makes mocap so special in the game development work that you're doing at Gearbox?
Yeah, so I think, motion capture is, in and of itself, is just a special part of game development, because we're working with these characters that we spend months, years developing and creating, and we're able to then, in motion capture, bring them to life with our actors that really give the characters what our players love, that personality, that little excitement about, maybe their idols or their animations, It's just a really cool process to see a character go from a T-pose and then seeing it in the final end product with all of its personality and emotion that you just get through the body animation.
So you've been testing the Markerless system at the studio.
Yeah.
What do you see as the key benefits of the system?
Really, the key benefit is just the speed and efficiency that you're able to get with the Markerless system. We're able to get our animators, our layout artists, people that don't have motion capture backgrounds, and we're able to get them into the volume to both run as well as act in the scene. So where data might have taken, 30, 40 minutes of markering, calibrating the system, all of that, we're able to really reduce the time down to 30 minutes for a whole session where we capture everything. Our animators have really loved it. They love the quality that they get, but also they love how fast the data comes out. We can go from capturing and then delivering within an hour or two. So having that fidelity of data in the speed and efficiency is not only good for us, but for the animators.
And how do you see things evolving in terms of your mocap teams, but also the animators in terms of their use of Markerless? How do you see that changing in the future?
Yeah, so a huge part of the game design process is creating these characters, and part of that is prototyping their animations to see what we sort of want to deliver. So right now the way we do it is we do it in our full optical system, but that takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money. So what's really exciting for us is having our animators be able to jump into the volume and really explore what they want, both while they're able to capture video reference, but at the same time they're getting out this data that we can bring into the game and we can send off to different teams for approval. So we can get 5 to 6 different actions of idols, of attacks, of fidgets. So for us, moving it forward, it's really we're looking at it as an animator focused system. And for the cinematic side, being able to quickly prototype previs is just perfect.
So we've been demonstrating some of the software here,
Yeah.
particularly like Shogun and that side of things, but it's Shogun Post in terms of the data cleaning, the data management, the data hygiene piece. How important is it that we're working with those existing pipelines that you're used to working with?
I think this is really the biggest selling factor. when we're looking at adding systems in, we're a really busy team. So when we find products that can just slot into an existing pipeline, it really makes sense to go with them. And Shogun Markerless slots right in with all of our tools, all of our pipelines. We didn't have to do any changes. As soon as we got the beta, we just connected all of our tools and everything worked. And that was really the most exciting part, There's no changes we have to make on our end. Everything works, and even though it's just a beta, we're able to put it into use. We were able to put it into use as soon as we got it, which was the best part for us.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you.